What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Taking a Risk with George, and I found another trail that I'm going to trudge on, and it is such a weird location. It's literally in the middle of a neighborhood, so hopefully nobody gets upset with me filming, but stay tuned to see where it leads. Alright, so as you can see, I'm literally in a neighborhood. There's houses all around me, but check this out. There's a little trail right here, and it is the Scioto Run Trail. And I love that they offer a little book, free little library. I love that. That is an amazing thing. Maybe one day I'll learn how to read, and I will go ahead and grab some of those books and bring some of the books. But of course, all I had growing up were coloring books and I Spy and Waldo books, so I don't know how great of a read those are. And right off the rip, I'm loving this. Absolutely loving this. This is a nice little trail. I'm hoping it's a decent sized trail that takes me somewhere foreign. I shouldn't say foreign, that's not the right word. Somewhere fantastical. There we go. Look at that. Food on the way. Got to love that. There's always something to eat in nature. Nom, 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 nom. Ooh, that tastes poisonous. Alright, so this is a wilderness trail, if I had to guess. Because guess what? I'm in the wilderness. So we're going to take the mud trail first. And of course, there's a trail that goes that way, and a trail that goes that way, and the trail that goes this way. And there's obviously bikes that come through here, which is kind of neat. So I'm hoping if it's big enough for bikes, it's a pretty decent sized trail. And I've already seen something that I love. Besides for the little book exchange, there's a bird's nest right there. Oh, and here's a little path. I do need to be careful of ticks and I guess fleas. I guess I could attract fleas, why not? There it is, the little bird box. Oh, there's a few of them. There's one over there as well. There's this one I don't see. I hear a lot of chitter chatter. Oh, there's the little birds. Oh man, little creatures. I love it. Oh, that thing is tiny. Absolutely awesome. I love it, love it, love it. And of course I came here as the lawn service was coming to cut somebody's yard. This is a very nice area, I've noticed. I always feel suspicious driving through nice neighborhoods, even though I drive a decent car. I don't drive it too slow. I'm not looking at everybody's properties. I'm not stopping every 2 seconds. I don't follow the FedEx trucks anymore. I mean, I never did, but I'm just saying, oh no, I think this is a dead end. So this is going to be an extremely short trail, but oh my goodness, it actually goes that way. Oh yeah, it goes that way for a minute, but look, oh, you know I love it when there's water. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is gorgeous. I would love to put on my boots and just trudge through this. And I'm honestly, this isn't too far from my house. It's 10-15 minutes. Oh, I love it. There's those black dragonflies again. And I'm wondering if this creek connects to the creek that I've been to. Oh man, I want to trudge through this so bad. There's probably so many cool things to see and find through here. And oh, I found the right spot. It's moving hardcore right here. And I don't know what's on that side. I don't think I see. That might be a house over there in the background, but I'm not 100% sure. This is beautiful. Look, more bird boxes. Oh yeah, lots of bird boxes. Another one back there. Oh, this is beautiful. This has been a great day so far. Super duper great day, and it's not even noon yet. I got lucky enough to get out and about. Oh, I think I see a structure. Oh, but that might be somebody's house. This literally might lead to somebody's backyard, because this trail seems a little different than the trail that I came in on. Oh, look at that. We have redwood here. No way. I don't know if it's actually redwood, but the wood is actually red. Oh, look at that. There's actually a road right there. That's so neat. Oh man, that breeze is coming in. Check out that redwood. Oh, that is beautiful. That is magnificent. I don't think it's as tall as the ones in San Francisco or San Diego, wherever those are. The sequoias. I hope to get out to someday. Me and Travis over at What You Doing Willis were talking about that, and we'd love to get over there and put our arms around those trees as best as we can. I'm a friend to nature. Oh, this is super duper cool. It takes you right to this bridge, and I'm actually gonna see what's up here. They left a trailer with some spool of wire, which we have been having power outages. Oh, I do know exactly where I'm at. This is that road. Yeah. Oh, actually, there might be some people down working. Oh no, okay. I was gonna say hello down there, but we're gonna go ahead and turn around. Oh yeah, I know exactly where I'm at. Yeah, that's the Staples. That's a staple of our community. So I definitely know where I'm at. I've never been here before. I didn't know this place existed until about 20 or so minutes ago, where I did a search to try and find a wilderness trail, and boy oh boy was I not disappointed. Look at that. We've got, I think. Let me squeeze one. Okay. These are little pine cones, because I have seen wild blackberries. That's definitely dookie. Something's been through here and been eaten. Oh yeah, that smells like dookie. Oh, you know where I want to go. And I actually might go under there. The last bridge I went to, there was a human creature living under there, so I wasn't gonna disturb. Oh, it's dark. Oh man, that is awesome. Oh yeah, that is definitely something I need to explore. I don't have the right boots. I don't have a flashlight with me, but that is definitely something I'm going to do at another date and time. And we're gonna trudge through there and see where it actually comes out on the other side. Check out all the dancing fairies. That's what somebody called them. Dragonflies are actually just dancing fairies, and that's what they do. This is the time of year where they run around and dance, fly around and dance with each other, and they're all over the place over here. Looking absolutely majestic. Dang, that water is clear. It looks so refreshing. It's about 90 degrees today, and definitely something I'd love to do today is take the kids out and go somewhere swimming. Let's get up and back. Oh man, that was hands down my favorite part so far. Out of the 3 favorites that I've already mentioned, that was hands down my favorite part. The beautiful creek underneath the bridge. And what did I just find? For a second there, I thought it was a little cactus. Of course, we're gonna touch. I'm not too familiar with the poisonous vegetation in Ohio, Vinny. That's good to know. I'm only hunting for good videos, so hopefully I don't get prosecuted. I think that's what that said. I don't think it was spelled the wrong way. I don't want to be sold or anything, you know. We're gonna head back. Oh man, I love it. Just because of how hot it is today, that's my least favorite area of this trail. It's wide open and sweating already. Last few days, I'm not kidding, folks. I've been stepping outside of my backyard. I've been taking care of the yard and trying to get things back to the way they used to be. And I would literally step out of my back door into my backyard, and there would be sweat just dripping down my face. And I've never experienced that in my life. There was a time where I would barely even sweat growing up. I'd be doing so many athletic things as a kid, as much as I could. I'd be running around, breathing hard, and working, you know, and there'd be almost no sweat on me. And now I'm in my 30s and I can step outside and I'll have beads of sweat just covering my face. But the cool thing is, I was gardening. Oh, creatures! I literally just walked right up on a creature. It was a strange little cat type creature. It may have been a bobcat. We do have those here. We have a lot of cougars in Ohio as well, so I would be happy to stumble upon a cougar in this area. I think that'd be really neat, especially a little cougar. Oh, did I? Yeah, that's the trail I came on. But we're gonna take this other trail. This one's a little bit windier. No, not really. But there you can see there's backyards right there. This is too cool. I would love to live in a neighborhood like this. I've always thought that. I've wanted to live in a neighborhood. Wow, that tree is massive. Wow. Another favorite on this trail. Definitely gonna have to bring the kids, show them this. But yeah, I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood that had trails and parks in the backyard. Of course, growing up, oh look, there's a little sign. This is the bur oak. Check that out. The tree, this tree is also known as a mossy cup oak because its acorns have a fringed cup. It grows on dry ridges to upland depressions and bottomlands. Its wood is used for cabinets, shipbuilding, fence posts, fuel, and cooperage, and of course, fires, campfires and stuff like that. That is too cool. I love it. I'm so curious where this is going to take me now, because going back the other way, that was awesome. But what I was saying about growing up, our house where I was a child, of course I've got to get back down to the creek here and see what it looks like on this side. This is cool. I love this little clearing. Super duper nice, super duper pretty. Oh man, oh man. I can't believe I was like a foot away from, it was a squirrel, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh yeah. I don't know what it is about big fallen logs over creeks, but every time I see one, I want to climb it and get over it and potentially fall into the water. This isn't that deep, so I shouldn't have to ask for help if I do fall in. I'm sure I can stand up. Maybe. Oops. Beautiful. All right, let's keep going this way. So getting back to my story for the third time, the house I grew up in as a child, it backed into a huge wooded area, and we always were in there. At least I was. Most of my siblings were as well, but I think I spent the most time in there. Look, that's crazy. It's right into some people's backyards. Oh man, but this trail is huge so far. So much to do, so much to see. And another one of my least favorite areas right here, just because it's too open. Oh, look at the cute little bird boxes on the wall, the trees, the walls. Oh my goodness, look at this. That is too neat. Definitely would sit here for hours. That is too cool. Look at that. There's bird nest there, bird house there, bird house there. Too cool. Oh, creatures. That was a big creature. Whatever just flew in over there. Definitely not a... Oh, it could be a blue jay, maybe? Perhaps. I did recently just learn that a kingfisher, which I had no clue those... I'm sure I've seen them in nature documentaries before, but it's just not one of those things that stuck in my head. Oh, look at that big nest up there. Let's get you guys out of the sunlight. There you go. Big nest right there. Could be a squirrel, could be an eagle. Could be a falcon, actually. Or a hawk. We do have those, and I love them. Oh, there's another tree house right there. Birdhouse. And whoever put this bench here, if you ever watch my video, thank you. This is beautiful. What a location. And it's right in front of that little tiny waterfall. Sounds of nature. Love it. I literally forgot what I was talking about. If I was talking about anything important at all. Beautiful little bench. Could use a little scrubbing. Maybe next time I'm here. But this is too cool. And I did just run into a fella right before I sat down on that bench. He was bringing his dog this way, so I'm hoping this goes and goes and goes. But how crazy that If I lived in these houses, I would have been on this trail every single day growing up. And even now as an adult, I probably still would be. Oh, there's another one. Wow, what does this back up into? That's a tennis court over there. And some firewood, is that? Oh, that's a stadium. Oh, that is super cool. I think either that or those are solar panels. What am I looking at here? That is a big field. I don't see any structures. Oh, there's one. There's no way. That's somebody's house. Wow. I don't get jealous very often, folks, but stuff like that definitely makes me feel a certain type of way. Oh, look at that. We found another. The pawpaw. Wow, the pawpaw. So this small ornamental tree produces long greenish yellow fruit, which is edible. I had no clue. It has a banana-like taste and custard-like texture, a tasty treat for possums, raccoons, humans. The tree was named for its similarity to the papaya. What? I had no clue. Man, oh man. Look at these big long leaves. This reminds me of like a tropical tree and stuff like that. It definitely does seem similar to the papaya. The pawpaw tree. I think one of a new favorite tree to add among the other favorite trees that I have. How stinking cool is that? So not only did I find a new beautiful trail to explore, I'm also learning on it and having the ability to share that with you all. Man, that is gorgeous. That is one gorgeous backyard. Is definitely something I enjoy, sharing knowledge like that. Now I'm going to be super vigilant looking at all these trees, trying to find more information to look at and learn and share. And there's another massive tree, but no leaves on that one, which means this tree could be coming down. Oh, it's got a sign. Yay! All right, so this is the bitternut hickory or the swamp hickory. The strong, heavy wood of this tree is used for making tool handles, skis, and charcoal. The nut has a thin, brittle shell and bitter kernel and is unpalatable to most wildlife. And this thing is teeming with little, I think those are mosquitoes or some type. And look at all the little holes. I'm wondering if those are woodpeckers. Oh, and look at all the mushrooms growing up the side, which, yes, that is a clear indication that this tree is definitely dead. I mean, the leaves gave it away, or the lack of leaves gave it away. And I do see another sign over there, and I'm gonna have to try and fight through this thicket. I'm not worried about poison ivy. I've mentioned that several times, but I do not believe I have an allergy to it. Oh yeah, look at all the holes in that downed one. Oh, and there's some cool mushrooms. Wow, that one almost looked like a tarantula to me. All right, we got over there. All right, let's see here. What are we looking at? The shagbark hickory. This is a beautiful large tree with excellent fall colors, and its nut meat is sweet, similar to walnuts. It's heavy, very hard. Strong and flexible wood is used for tool handles, athletic goods, and agricultural implements. How cool. I had no clue that we had so many amazing trees that are used for so many amazing things. We're gonna try and leap this. Let's see. Uno, dos, tres. Oh, sorry if that gave anybody motion sickness. Absolutely cool. Oh look, somebody's definitely been through here. Oh, I hear something rustling in this. There's definitely creatures afoot. Somewhere in there. Could just be the leaves themselves rustling in. I think I am coming upon a bridge. And I'm super duper excited, but one more detour before we get there. I promise. Wink, wink. I just gotta see. Of course, there's a path this way. It might not be human. Oh, look. I call these wild strawberries. I'm not 100% sure what they really are, though. But I've always called those wild strawberries. Oh, there's tons of them over here. Leads right to this little creek. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check for ticks after this. Oh, that is gorgeous. This is a nice deep clearing, and this is definitely a creature path, not a human path. I'm sure humans like me who have an adventurous side have taken it and come down here. Oh man. Oh, look, I see a little shell. Right there, that little white thing is a spiral shell. Man, I wish I had my boots. I would be all up in it. Either that or just water shoes would be nice too, which I have been looking at. That is so pretty right there. This whole area is just absolutely gorgeous. Oh, look, and the little side creek runoff. It's cool too. Love, love, love it. That is a big dog. It's a big Doberman pinscher right behind me. Let's get back to the trail and get over to that bridge. Ooh, I am sweating. Oh man, oh yes, another one. The Osage orange. The spiny branches of this tree make a useful natural hedgerow. It tolerates different sites as well. Its heavy wood is flexible and durable and can be used for fence posts, archery bows, tool handles, and railroad ties. Alright, you got me with the archery. That is too cool. Oh look, this tree is marked. And I hear something knocking over here, and avoid that mud. I hear something knocking. That would be great to see woodpecker. Sounds a little slow to be a woodpecker. But it doesn't sound fast enough to be somebody hammering either. There's definitely signs all over the place of woodpeckers. There's holes in the trees. Oh, there he is right there. Oh my God. There he is right there. That was, I think, a small pileated woodpecker. There he goes up the tree. There he is, there he is. Oh my goodness, there he is. Come on, knock, 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 little fella. Give us a knock, knock. Oh man. Oh, I love it. Oh, that was too cool. He just flew right there. Oh my, that thing is gorgeous. It looks like a little pileated. It's got a red head. Not a big black body though. Oh, there we go. He's gone for good. That sound, whatever that sound was, scared him off for good. That was too cool. Oh, I love creatures. This is really neat. So neat. Oh, this is beautiful. This is hardy craftsmanship. They did a really nice job on this bridge. Of course, this is a nicer area. Fancy, some might say. Oh, looks like it curves up that way and it takes me to those backyards, which is kind of neat. But of course, I've got to explore this area a little bit before we get over to those areas. Oh man, I'd love to splash around in this water right now. Too beautiful, too cool. Oh, a nice big dam. Oh man, the smell over here is like, there's definitely an aroma. It smells like spring flowers, but I don't see any flowers. It's me just coming from something else. But it is wonderful. It definitely smells like flowers. I don't know what it is, but I like it. It's nice. It's a nice mild smell. Like real fragrant. A mild, real fragrant, if that makes sense to anybody. This is definitely not part of the path, but I have to come look at this tree just because I know creatures have definitely lived here, if they don't still live here. Wow, look at all of the nuts. That's a lot of nuts. I'm gonna assume those nuts are yours, sir. Or ma'am. Check out that hole right there. That is, I could just see a chipmunk or a squirrel popping out of there. Or I guess technically a snake. We do have snakes that live in stuff like that around here. Cool. I think I'm actually going to get back onto the path. This looks nice and fun and adventurous. But I definitely need to be wearing boots, maybe long pants, to go through stuff like that. I've already taken several risks. Oh, there's that smell again. It's wonderful. Wow. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh, and there's another birdhouse right there. And there's another one. I knew if I looked around I'd see more. And there's a divergence in the trail that goes this way. This trail is massive. And I'm definitely going to go this way first because I know that way kind of leads to backyards and it may dead end. So we're going to see. Whoa, that's cool. I don't think I've ever seen a shape like that on a tree. And there's another one right there. I'm pretty sure those are burls. We've got some vines, and of course, being Georgia the jungle, why wouldn't I want to be on those? I swung on one over on Jeremy's property, and I never released the footage of what happened. I ended up smacking right into a tree, just like the real Georgia the jungle does, except it was a small tree and it hit me in a very particular area. And yeah, I almost just want to forget that incident. You know, of course, it was Jeremy's idea. Wow, that's an older looking tree house right there. He thought it'd be funny, and of course he did laugh. Too cool. I would love to come through here with Harry Uranus. And if you don't know who Harry Uranus is, he is a motorized bike that George and Jeremy own. Oh my goodness. Too gorgeous. Oh, did I just find some tracks? Yes, I did. Those are some big tracks. Wow, those things are huge. Look at that. Track by hand comparison. Pretty big. I'm sure there's tons of... Speaking of deer, which I didn't even mention, but I was about to mention, I finally saw one in my neighborhood. In the 6 years that I've lived there, I've never seen a deer in my neighborhood. I know they're around the area. I live next to parks and woods and stuff like that, but it's like kind of an enclosed neighborhood. I'm not saying there's a fence or anything like that, but it's not, there's no trees and stuff. There's no access to trees and wildlife. It's more or less fences. So it was very neat the other day pulling into my neighborhood, and there was a huge doe, like massive, like crazy big, and she was right on the entrance, and she was, I don't know what she was doing. She was up to some deer business, and look at that, I just found the black walnut. This tree has compound leaves and produces edible nuts. Its roots give off a substance that can poison plants growing near it. The wood is valued for furniture, gun stock, interior finish, and veneer. No way. Well, there's tons of greenery growing near it, but it does look a little barren, if you ask me, and I'm going to assume these are more black walnuts. I think, based on the way the bark looks, I think, and the way the tree is actually growing, this might be an area of black walnuts, and those look like two huge black walnuts. And yeah, I can definitely tell that the area doesn't have too much. That's a huge one that fell. Too much greenery, and the trail keeps going. Yes, I love it. This is my happy place. Besides for being at home with the kids, of course. That is beautiful. Oh, look, this is definitely a creature trail that humans have probably made a little bit bigger. Oh, I definitely see some tracks right there. And no creatures besides for that wild little cat. Oh man, this is beautiful. Wow, I was not expecting this. I was expecting a short trail that just kind of like dead ended like the other side did. But this just keeps going, and I see another bench, which is kind of weird because it looks right into these people's backyards, which this is the neighborhood that I was driving through to get to the entrance to this park. And so super duper neat to see it from this side, and the trail literally just keeps going. Oh, that's cool. They have stairs that lead down into the water over here. It doesn't look like it's been used in a long time though, or updated or anything like that. Oh, there's a second trail that goes that way. But we're gonna stick to the main trail for now. We're gonna see how far. Oh, that's too cool. I love that the birdhouse is right in front of the bench. And that is super weird. I don't know how long you'd want to sit here and just stare at people's backyards, especially if they're having a party or something. That'd be kind of weird. That's too much of a risk to take for me. Man, oh man. It looks like it's getting more into a big clearing over here, I think. There's definitely a little bit of a clearing over there. Oh, look at that, a picnic bench. Oh, that's nice. I would definitely come out here, but once again, why would you want to have a picnic bench with somebody's backyard right there? I don't know. Some people don't think like that. They're not bothered by the presence of others. But I don't know, I have a weird fear of being watched through windows. Even if I'm not doing anything weird, which I'm rarely ever doing anything weird. It's just one of those things. I'd hate to feel like there's always somebody watching me. I know you guys understand. I just want to live my life and not have to worry about some weirdo staring at me through the windows. Not that these people are weirdos. I'm just saying. This is getting off into a... This trail is definitely diminishing slightly. I don't think too many people come down this way. And this might honestly take me to the entrance of this neighborhood, which was about 3/4 of a mile to get from the entrance to the actual entrance of the trail. From the entrance of the neighborhood to the entrance of the trail was about 3/4 of a mile, according to the GPS. Oh, some tracks. Maybe. Yeah, it definitely looks like something was running right there. Maybe did a quick turn. Not necessarily running. I'd say that was probably like a slow escape. Faster than a walk, but not as fast as a run. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping the trail kind of just like goes this way. And I don't know what all these stick bushes are. Somebody definitely came through and cleared a while back and they just kind of left it here, which is fine. Oh, there's a fence right there. I know it probably doesn't show up on the camera, but there's a fence right there. Not entirely sure what it leads into. It looks like more woods, but it could be somebody's property. That would make sense. But it's just the end of somebody's property and then it leads into this. Oh, look, the trail is widening again. How strange. Oh, it's going into some overhang over here. Oh man, just a little bit out of reach, or I would definitely try to grab onto that one. I'm like super hyper vigilant right now because I've once again been watching those documentaries about people getting bitten. Oh, some more num-nums. Nice. Definitely something to little snacks on the way there. Yeah, look at this. Trail's getting wider. I like this. I like that it's all closed in. Squish. Too cool. Oh, a second path. Oh man, decisions. This is definitely a weird type of fork in the road, and I'm getting hungry, speaking of forks. Let's go this way. I like that. That's almost like a continuation of the path that I was just on. Maybe when I come back, I'll go the other way. Lots of ferries. Flagging guys. This is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Come take a stroll with me through the garden wilderness. So quiet. Love that. Besides for, somebody cutting grass not too far from here, but more or less you can just hear the birds, which I absolutely love. It's always a good sign. I do see a big nest up there, and of course you can't see it now. Creatures. Look at that. There's creatures. There's a little creature right there, I think. Yeah, oh yeah, that's definitely a creature. Looks like some weird furry lizard. Oh. I don't think I'll be able to sneak up on him, but we're gonna try. Let's see how I would do as a predator in the wild. Oh, spotted, but look at all the flagging guys. The little dancing fairies. If I was a cheetah, that little furry lizard would have been dead. There he is right there. I see you, buddy. I'm a friend, I promise. Don't bite me. I just watched a video of some lady. I don't understand why on earth. This is absolutely gorgeous. Just have to mention that real quick one more time. This is absolutely gorgeous. I hope the camera is really capturing how amazingly beautiful and serene this is. But going back to what I was just saying, just watched a video of some lady. No clue why on earth people do stuff like this, but she saw a squirrel lying in the middle of the road. Oh, that's a big old crow. And she decided to grab it and bring it into her car to make a video. And I'm assuming she probably had this thing for a good like 5 or so minutes. But when she started the video and she started talking about how she just found this squirrel and she was holding it like in the palm of her hand, and it just bit the crap out of her finger to the point where she like flung it out of the window. And look at that. This is the end of this trail. Leads right into that backyard. This is so beautiful. I am going to ask this homeowner if they're willing to sell. I'll trade, actually. You guys can have my house and I'll take your house. Oh my goodness, that is too cool. I love how these leaves all collect right here. They look like ginkgo leaves, but I'm not 100% sure. That is too cool. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm gonna head back and I'm gonna take that other trail. And yeah, I don't think it goes that way. It doesn't go this way behind me. It looks like there's a little clearing, but I don't think so. It's definitely overgrown if it is. So we're gonna head back, get to that other trail, and see if that leads to anything interesting. So hang tight. All right, just finished trudging back to the fork in the road, and I'm still starving. There's the fork. That's the original path where I came. That was the second path, and that's the path I just went on and showed you guys that it led to that creek, which went into that person's backyard. So we definitely came back the other way. Let's see if there's anything to note over here, which I'm sure they are. I just witnessed, I wish I was filming, I was actually on the phone. I just witnessed a giant bird. It looked like a falcon or a crow. It was moving so fast I couldn't tell, but he was being chased by 2 little birds, and he was squawking like they were going to kill him. So that was pretty interesting. And when I say little birds, I'm talking about, like, you guys know how big a crow is. They're huge. These little birds were like the size of hummingbirds compared to him. So that was very interesting. So going back to what I was just saying about that lady picking up that squirrel that she found in the middle of the road for God knows what reason, the thing was definitely healthy. Oh, look, here's that fence. That fence I pointed out earlier. And she just picked it up, and I don't know, was she planning on nursing it back to health? But it bit her. Which is, I mean, it's not funny in the fact that she got hurt. It's funny in the fact that she put herself in a position to get bit by a wild creature. And I mean, I do that all the time, but I'm just saying I wouldn't grab a wild animal out of the street and think that it's my job to nurture it back to health, unless it's like on the brink of death. And I can clearly see that. But if it's just laying there, you know, chilling in the middle of the road, who doesn't do that from time to time? Like, you took him out of his chill spot. Maybe he does that to see if people, maybe he's a risk taker. Maybe he's a taking a risk squirrel. He just wants to see if people are going to avoid him and crash. Maybe he's a devious little guy. So that's pretty cool. There's definitely a trail that way, but it's on the other side of that fence. And fences usually try to keep things out or in. So I'm going to assume this is trying to keep us out. And there's more redwood. Love it. So yeah, a little taking a risk squirrel that likes to see people swerve and potentially crash. What an evil little guy. And then he's going to bite people, which is understandable. 100% that is understandable. And it reminded me of a story about when we were little. My brother, Tony George, caught it was either a squirrel or a chipmunk. I remember it as a chipmunk, but this was, gosh, probably 20, 25 years ago. And I don't know why, but my sister, Meerkat, who's not George, our other sister, wanted to hold it because it's a cute little chipmunk. I understand. I get it. And my brother, Tony George, handed it to her, and instantly the thing bit her. Oh, look at that. Hey, the Kiwanis. They've done a lot for the community, of course, and this is Hilliard. That's cool. That's like a nice little, that should be preserved. Just like that. And look at these big trees or weeds or vines almost. That's what they look like. They're just growing that way and taking over the area. And this is so beautiful. I love that big block of trees that prevents you from really, it's like a privacy thing. And then of course the massive tree right there as well. Too cool. And then this big old clearing. So yeah, it just ripped into her finger. And I remember it was on her tip of her finger, and she was flinging it, and it was hanging on for dear life, like one of the rescue rangers. And oh, there's a flutterby. Oh, that's beautiful. And we ended up taking her to the hospital just because of rabies. You know, you never know. We were little, young and dumb. We had no clue. Mom wasn't around. She was probably working. We were with our grandma who didn't speak any English. But I believe our oldest brother could drive, so he drove her to the hospital, the ER, which they knew our names there, which was pretty cool. I mean, they should, you know, we're in their system, but we were there so often that that's why they knew our names. We were always doing stuff, getting injured, and it was funny that she ended up getting stitches. No rabies, thank goodness. All right, what are you? I hear you. What are you? Could just be the leaf or the branches rubbing up against each other every time the breeze comes through, but that sounds like a creature to me. Oh, that's cool. Look at how that's broken off and it's just holding on for dear life. I would love to tightrope across that or just walk along that. And look, more of those cool tree vines. I have no clue what those are. I'd love to find a little post that tells me what they are. Yeah, this is definitely the other path that I saw. It winds around and takes me back onto the main path. Of course, here's a little path that takes you to the main path, which is just right there. I'm literally just walking parallel to it right now, and I'm pretty sure around here it's going to curve and take me back onto it. And that is where, there's some more creatures. Oh, why did I miss that? There he is. Look at that fuzzy looking lizard thing. It's an iguanodon or something like that. Super duper cool. Ooh, this is a nice little hangout. And what I like a lot about this park is that it's definitely taken care of. Have not seen much litter, if any. I think I maybe saw one or two things over by the creek and that bridge. Oh man, that's muddy. That's got to be fun to do with a bike. Going through some mud like that. And of course, I always see those Jeeps driving around and they're always covered in mud, and the first thing that hits my mind is they just had a lot of fun probably going through muddy puddles and stuff like that, pulling a Peppa Pig. It always makes me want to go and do that, but I don't think I know anybody with a Jeep where that goes mudding. And then I saw a commercial not too long ago, made me want to really get out and live in the wilderness for as long as possible. It was just a group of friends, and they were just having the time of their life. I don't know where they were, but wherever it was gorgeous. Kind of like this, except there was a lot more activities to be done, and it was like a campsite at the same time. Wow, that tree is massive. And this is super muddy. This is definitely the bike trail, which I was wrong. It did not connect me back to the main trail, not yet at least. So, oh man, this is super muddy. I'm just gonna go ahead and trudge through it, get my mudding out of the way. This is a good time to remind people, nice little taking a risk PSA, to if you're going to do stuff like this, make sure you are properly equipped to do so. Bring a backpack with you with water and a first aid kit, of course. And you definitely should have a walking stick. I agree 100% with everybody that suggested that. And if you'd like to help support Taking a Risk and his adventurous nature through trails, nature trails, it is in my Amazon wish list, and there was more creatures right there. And there is a tree over there that is just littered with giant mushrooms. There is a fence right in front of me. Look at those mushrooms. Those clusters are huge, and it goes all the way up. It is only a half a tree, but there's a little fence right there. So once again, we're not going to cross any fences because that leads right into a backyard. And something that is kind of important, not 100% necessary, which I probably shouldn't say, because it probably is necessary, is that you always have somebody who knows where you are, just in case. Now, luckily for me, my car is parked in a neighborhood where I'm sure if it's there for more than a day, they're gonna notify the police. If it's there for more than a few hours, I'm sure they're gonna notify the police. It definitely seems like that type of neighborhood. Maybe, you know, you never know. So they would have an idea of where I'm at if something does happen. If I run into a cougar and she takes me away to her lair. Oh, look at those beautiful mushrooms. So cool. Now, I don't know if I should keep referring to them as mushrooms or if I should just call them fungi, because there's people who are very particular about what's an actual mushroom. You know, they like to see the little dome, stuff like that. I don't know. So we're gonna call them fungi, just to be safe. Because trust me, there's nothing worse than getting 50 million comments about, George, those are not mushrooms. Those are actually blah, 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 blah. That's where the Smurfs live. George, how do you not know that? Because I don't know everything. Anymore. Oh man, when I was younger, I knew everything. And we're back to that bridge. That was such an incredible adventure. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful walk through this wonderful random trail that I live right up the street from. I cannot believe how many trails there are, literally, you know, 10 to 15 minutes from where I live. So if you enjoyed the video, if you found it as peaceful and as beautiful as I did, go ahead and leave it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. And don't forget that if you can follow your dreams, you can follow me. Don't forget to subscribe. And make sure you turn that bell notification to all. That way you are notified the instant I upload a new video. So thank you so much for taking this walk with me, and I'll see you in the next one.